It's now weekend and Bitcoin is about to encounter the first and big test if we are going to enter a bear market or if the bull market is going to continue. So that is what we need to discuss in today's update video, and this is definitely going to be a very important one because we will not only discuss this exact Bitcoin level but also a lot more Bitcoin charts, important price data. We will take a zoom in on the latest news hitting the markets here and some important upcoming events. I will give a big update on my Bitcoin and both Ethereum trading positions and much more in today's update video. So first of all, make sure to subscribe to the channel and watch and like my latest YouTube videos, and then we can dive into the most important content. Since Bitcoin is about to encounter its first big test of this bull market, I would say, or maybe not the first big test, but definitely a big test in quite a long time. And that is going to be, is the Bitcoin weekly candle going to close above the 50 daily or the 50 weekly moving average, I should say here? That is going to be the important question of this weekend for Saturday and Sunday. Of course, now we dropped a little bit below that 50 weekly moving average, so we need to see a little bit of a bounce from here to close above it. And why I think also the first close is going to be a very important one. I don't think one close below this level is going to confirm a bear market, because then it could still be a major fake out. But what we do see is that during this entire bull market we never closed the weekly candle below this line. We always wicked back above the 50 weekly moving average, and from there we saw the biggest bounces and the biggest moves of this bull market also. But taking that into account, I think also the first weekly close is going to be a very important one. But I need to see 2 to 3 weekly closes to truly confirm this as a bear market, for example. But let's see about this. The next days here, so today and tomorrow, are going to be very important one, and we do know from of this current Bitcoin price action of the moment of recording this video, we do need to see a little bit of a bounce because this level is now laying at about the 103k level, a little bit higher actually. So we need to see a little bit of a bounce to see a weekly close above this level. So it is going to be very interesting because we do know once we lose this level and we see the weekly closes under it, probably a bear market is going to get started. That is what happened every single time during every bull market for Bitcoin, so I don't think that is going to be much different. If Bitcoin is going to be able to close above this level, I think we could see some upside momentum from there and some moves starting basically. And if that is going to start, it could go quite fast because we have so much short liquidity stacking up for Bitcoin. Not a lot of long liquidity, but a lot of short liquidity, which does give the opportunity that if Bitcoin is going to move higher, we could see somewhat of a short squeeze back to the upside. And I think there are a few important levels because we have two big liquidation clusters above us for Bitcoin, the 112k level now and about the 116k level. On the Bitcoin chart itself, this is a very important level. I think this is that 116k level, and the 112k level is going to be this one, which would be somewhat of a reclaim of the range, and the 116k is more of a mid-range level. And we do know from that level, the 160k, that every single time we break that level, we do see new all-time highs for Bitcoin. Once you get rejected from off this level, we do see major drawdowns. So I think if Bitcoin is going to initiate a bounce, there are two scenarios. Or we are going to see somewhat of a dead cat bounce and then getting rejected from off that 116k level, or we break it and we make a new all-time high. I think those are the two scenarios if Bitcoin is going to see a bounce from here and if we are going to grab some of that topside liquidity. But of course, the weekly close I was discussing earlier here is going to be the most important one. And of course, I will keep you guys up to date about this important level. Also during the weekend here, I will keep my eyes on the charts. What I'm still seeing for Bitcoin is that smart money is still going long on Bitcoin during this dip because the Bitfinex longs, the indicator keeps on moving higher, and every single time we see this, we do know that there is some dip accumulation going on for the Bitfinex wheels, and usually they are right about where Bitcoin is going to be heading next. Once they start building off their long positions, so once they start taking profits, that is usually the moment where Bitcoin is making the big move higher and where you also want to be starting to take some profits. And that is exactly what I'm going to be doing on my Bitcoin trade also, but I will discuss that a little bit later in today's update video. We are seeing the first Bitcoin wheel orders also coming in once again. Quite a long time we have not seen any big wheel orders coming in, but now it seems like smart money is starting to accumulate the dip. So this is something I do want to continue to see Bitcoin showing some continued strength here in the upcoming days and weeks here. And now I do want to discuss some important news we currently have seen hit the market, and some upcoming events, because the US government shutdown is still going on and seems like it's going to continue up until mid or even the end of November. Basically now the prediction from Polymarket traders here is that it's going to end at the 19th of November, so let's see about exactly that. I think a possible reopening of the US government is going to be a bullish event for the crypto markets. We do know that Trump is not going to announce any new tariffs during the Supreme Court case, so for the next few weeks or even months, because a ruling from the Supreme Court will take a long time, we are not going to see any new tariffs getting imposed if Trump is of course speaking the truth here. So I think that is also very interesting for the markets. It could be giving us some certainty, and markets don't like uncertainty, so that is why I think it could be a potential bullish catalyst in this case. And also Trump is now urging a deal today, or actually this was yesterday, to end the US government shutdown. It seems like they are now truly starting to push to get a deal through to end the US government shutdown, but the market is still expecting it's going to end a little bit later. So let's see if we are going to get a deal now. It is going to be somewhat more of a surprise deal because the market is not expecting it, but that also does give the opportunity that the market is going to make a big move on it, because it is currently not being expected, so it's also not being priced in by that much. Also, what we saw coming out yesterday, or this night actually, which I think is very big, is that the Deutsche Bank is now expecting the Federal Reserve to start QE once again in Q1 2026. And this reminds me a lot of the prediction they made before the last FOMC meeting, where they stated that probably the Fed was going to end QT, so quantitative tightening, and now they are predicting that we are going to see quantitative easing in the near future here. So that is definitely a very bold and big prediction, and if it's going to come true, I think this is going to be a huge catalyst for the crypto market, but most definitely for altcoins, because we do know historically what happens after QE for the crypto market. I discussed that a lot of times on the channel, so just scroll through some videos on the channel if you do want to know everything about that. But that is of course going to be an absolutely massive event if it is truly going to occur. And now I do want to give a big update on my Bitcoin trading position, because I still have my Bitcoin limit orders open here. Unfortunately, I did not get filled on my 98k order because the market bounced up ever so slightly, but now I'm in slight profit on my 100k entry and in a slight loss on 103k. So let's see about that. I hope I can be filling up some more limit orders before the market is going to see a dead cat bounce or a bigger bounce back to the upside. But yeah, in both cases I'm going to be happy because I'm in my position, but also I'm going to be prepared if the market is going to drop lower. So on both sides of the market, I'm prepared with this Bitcoin trading position. So actually I'm quite content with exactly that. If you do want more updates about my trading position, make sure to come over to the Alpha Cartel VIP channel, because here I have my own channel and I'm updating about everything I'm seeing in the market, just more in real time. So mostly much faster than I can be doing so on YouTube and X. So make sure to come over to the Alpha Cartel trading channel if you do want more updates about my trading position and much more of what I'm seeing in the market, for example on-chain stuff, just some analytics, just some research. If you are interested in that, make sure to come over. I'm not the only trader in here, also Crypto Rover and 5 professional other traders are in here, so I think it is a very valuable community. Make sure to come over if you're getting interested in that. You can find the link in the description on this update video to join the VIP group to indeed get some updates on my trading positions. And now I do want to give a big update on Ethereum and of course my other trading position I have open here. Ethereum is bouncing from off the moving average 50 trend line, which is basically what we also are hoping to see for Bitcoin in the near future here. So Ethereum is looking a little bit stronger, I personally think. Of course, we've seen quite a big drawdown, so maybe it's not a fair comparison with Bitcoin here, but now what we can see is that we are on big support, and I think this is going to be an important support level for Ethereum, where I do want to see a bounce from and where I'm expecting a bounce from, to be honest, because I'm for a reason in my Ethereum trading position. For the Ethereum versus Bitcoin pair, I think we could see a little bit of more bleeding, because actually liquidity needs to flow back into Bitcoin if we do want to hold above the 50 weekly moving average here. I think that is very logical, so we need to see some liquidity flowing back to the king here, I would say. But Ethereum versus Bitcoin, once we're going to see a little bit more bleeding, I think from there we need to break this downtrend, and from there we could see some bullish price action once again for Ethereum, but also for altcoins. And this is what I'm betting on with my Ethereum trading position. I'm not in a big position yet because, yeah, just watch the other update videos. Also, I had some problems with my account, so now I have a new account and I opened new trading position. I still have my limit orders open for Ethereum at the 2.8k, 3k and 3.1k level, and then first entry at 3.3k. So let's see, I hope some limit orders could still get filled here, and otherwise I do have a small Ethereum trading position where I can still be making a nice profit on. And what I do want to highlight is that currently I'm trading on LBank because Ethereum, you can trade Ethereum here, but also a lot of other different altcoin pairs. So that's why I love it basically. But also now on LBank you can claim an absolutely amazing bonus. You can claim a 50% deposit bonus plus a generous refund. Your deposit bonus is going to be a maximum of 2.5k and your refund is going to be 5k on your first trading position. Of course, in no way financial advice. Always do your own research, but I think this is an absolutely amazing offer by LBank. And not only this, they're also offering a $100 voucher, a $100 bonus. So now basically you have 3 campaigns in one, and you can join this with the link in the description on this update video, and there you can join this exact offer. You can claim this exact offer, and for example you can be opening an Ethereum position yourself like I'm doing, or a position on a lot of other different altcoins, because you can increase your position size by a lot using that bonus, of course. But like stated, do your own research. But if you're getting interested in that, you can find the link also in the description on this update video. And this is an affiliate link, so be aware of exactly that. If you're going to use the link, you will also be supporting the channel, which would of course be very much appreciated. And guys, that was also it for today's update video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's update video. If you did enjoy this update video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Watch and like my latest YouTube videos. Also come over to the community if you want more updates in real time. And then I will see you guys within my next update video tomorrow.